Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, I'm Patty, and on Mondays I make gnomes and characters, and on Thursdays I do home decor. Today I want to share with you this super fun little budget-friendly terracotta pot pup. If you want to know how to make him, stick around. I'll show you how. Okay guys, you can use several different sizes of the terracotta pots, and I'll give you in the description below all the sizes that I used. We're going to take the two bigger ones and we are going to glue those together. Just take some E6000 glue. You need to make sure you use E6000 glue on this, not just hot glue. And just go all the way around the base, and we're going to attach the two bottoms together. Now just make sure that these line up, because this is going to be a major focal point on your dog. And then get any excess glue off so you don't see it. Because once you paint, you'll see where you have big wads of glue. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to turn it to the side, and I'm just going to draw a 1/2 inch line across there. And I'm going to attach my two smaller pieces. So you're going to put them right up against that line and right up against the ledge of that flower pot. And we're going to take E6000 glue and hot glue to hold this together till it dries. Just line it up there and then hold it till it dries. And then we're going to go ahead and take a couple flower pots to put them on each side of it just to hold it up. And then do the same thing with the other one. Just right against that ledge and against that line. Then I'm going to take a ruler. I'm just going to come straight down, mark my center part on the bottom. I got out of the camera a little bit. I'm sorry. But we're just going to draw a 1/2 inch line across there as well. And that's where we're going to put our other 2 feet. And then I'm going to pick mine up and turn it around just to make sure that they do look lined up. And then just hold that in place. The hot glue really helps grab it on there so you can let go of it. Next, I'm going to take a saucer and I'm just going to glue it to the very front part. Just to kind of close up that opening in the front. And this is going to be like his chest area. Just get it lined up good, and then just make sure you get any of that extra glue off of there. Okay, next I'm going to take the head. I'm going to put the smaller flower pot. I'm just going to go right around the edge of that. And then I'm going to stick the bigger flower pot inside, and that's going to be for his head. Okay, now we're going to do the other part of his legs. Just take 4 flower pots, and you can feel when you get it lined up where it stands up straight. Just work with it till it stands up straight. And then we'll just take a pencil and draw a circle around each one of those legs so you know exactly where to put it when it's glued. Then I'm just going to take some glue. I'm going to put some glue on the outside edge of the ones on the bottom. And then I'm going to put some on the inside edge of the one on top, because that's the only 2 places that those flower pots are going to touch. So that's the only place that you really need the glue. And then go ahead and put some hot glue inside just to hold it in place till it dries. And then just line those back up with those circles that you drew. And next we're going to take some Loctite, and you're going to have to use this on this part, otherwise you won't get this to glue together. I'm just putting a little bit on the ledge of both of those flower pots, and then I'm going to place it on there. Now that grabs pretty quick, but you need to make sure that you get it exactly where you want it, because in 15 minutes it will lock in. That is really, really good glue. And just kind of clean any excess, kind of smooth it out on both sides. But you have about 15 minutes max to get that straight. Okay, next I'm just going to take this little wooden doll head and I'm just going to glue it on to the front. I'm just putting a little E6000 glue and hot glue and just attaching it right to the center of the front. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and paint this with a matte black fusion paint. I'm just painting the entire thing black. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to add some spots and stuff like that. Now, I wasn't videoing when I painted the spots on the black one. So if you want to stay tuned to the end, you can kind of see how I painted the spots on the white one that I did. So I'm just going to use some white chalk paint. And I'm just drawing some spots and just making this look like my little dog, Maxwell. And then where I did the brown on the sides of his head, I'm going to come on down around to the bottom of his head as well. And you can draw with a pencil if you want to map this out with a pencil exactly where you want to put your spots. Or you don't even need to add spots if you don't want to. You can just make a solid color dog. But you will need to paint it twice. It's going to take 2 coats of paint. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a black paint with a toothpick, and I'm just going to kind of make some dots for like where his whiskers are. Okay, next I'm just going to attach some little eyes. These are just 1-inch wiggle eyes. You can get those at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I actually got these during Halloween, so they're glow in the dark, but they still carry them, just the regular white ones. And I'm just putting them on with some E6000 glue and some hot glue. And then I made a little name tag for him. I just got a round circle disc at Michael's, and I'm putting it on with like a little ball chain that has a little clasp on it. And I'll give you a link to those too. It's like a dog tag chain. And I'm just putting it around the first flower pot's opening. Right there. And then I'm just cutting it to length so that the tag will lay right in the center of that saucer that's on the front of him. And then you just cut those chains to length, and then you just put that little clasp on them. Okay, now the ears, I'm giving you a pattern for those, and you can link to the description below on that. And you can cut them out with either an SVG Cricut, or you can cut them out by hand. But I'm just taking some E6000 glue and some hot glue, and I'm just gluing them right on. So just make sure that you get them even when you're putting them on. Next, we're going to make the tail. I'm just taking some floral wire and I'm wrapping it around the dowel rod just to kind of get it some shape to it. And then you're going to take 2 pieces of the tail pattern, and I've given you those in the description below as well. And we're going to put that wire in kind of in the center of it. You don't want it hanging over the edge. You just kind of want to get it inside of that tail. And then when you get it exactly where you want it, just push it down and it will give you the indent in there where exactly to put your hot glue. And then once you get that in there, then we're just going to top it off with the second piece. And then we're just going to attach it to the back part with both of the glues and just curve it however you want to. This is a pretty easy little dog, and you can customize them to match your dog or any kind of color or spot combination that you want to. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and subscribe. And if you want to be notified when I have another video, be sure and hit the bell as well. And if you want to stay tuned and watch how I painted up the white dog, it's following this. It's going to come up right after this.